Hello, everyone. This is a small guide on body language about hands. Here are what I'll talk about. So let's get into it. First, understanding hands. In body language, hands are a way to communicate to the other person about them. The first example is when people show their hands. An open hand means he is friendly. The next example is when people hide their hands. A hand in their pocket, or generally a hidden hand, would mean he is reserved and doesn't want to talk. Men use this more often than women. An open hand means he is not threatening, while a palm down means authority. The next thing we'll cover are the pointing finger and the thumb pressed finger. The pointing finger is seen as negative, and the thumb pressed finger is seen as something positive. So now that we have a basic understanding of hands, let's get into how handshakes can determine who is dominant and who is submissive. Here you can see a handshake. The arrow means how the hand is positioned. The hand is over the other person's hand facing down, which indicates authority. So the next time you do a handshake, see if the person does this or not. This also works in reverse. A hand like this, that is positioned facing upwards, means submissiveness. Now, if you want to create equality, here is how. Both hands must be vertical, facing each other, as to make equality. If you're with someone who makes this handshake with you, you'll know they're good people. Now let's get back to the dominant handshake. Power players, or people who like to take control, usually use this. This is a palm down thrust, and basically makes it so the person doing it gets the control, making you have to get into the submissive handshake. There are a few ways to counter this. First, you can take a step forward with your left and then your right, and then basically turn the hand into an equal handshake. Next is the double hander. Basically, you use your normal hand for the handshake, but use your other hand to turn the handshake equal. Next is the last resort. Only use this if you want to convey you are not submissive. Now we'll cover holds and grips that mainly men do. These are the wrist hold, the elbow grasp, the upper arm grip, and the shoulder hold. The intention of any two-handed handshake is to try to show sincerity, trust, or depth for the receiver. Two significant elements should be noticed. Firstly, the left hand is used to communicate the depth of feeling the initiator wants to convey, and this is relative to the distance the initiator's left hand is placed off the receiver's right arm. It's like an intention to embrace, and the initiative's left hand is used like a thermometer of intimacy. The further up the receiver's arm it's placed, the more intimacy the initiator is trying to show. The initiator is both attempting to show an intimate connection with the receiver while at the same time attempting to control their movement. For example, the elbow grasp conveys more intimacy and control than the wrist hold, and the shoulder hold conveys more than the upper arm grip. Secondly, the initiator's left hand is an invasion of the receiver's personal space. In general, the wrist hold and the elbow grasp are only acceptable where one person feels close to the other, and in these cases, the initiator's left hand enters only the outer edge of the receiver's personal space. The shoulder hold and the upper arm grip show close intimacy and may even result in a hug. Unless the intimate feelings are mutual or the initiator doesn't have a good reason for using a double-handed handshake, the receiver will probably be be suspicious and mistrust the initiator's intentions. In summary, if you don't have some sort of personal bond with the other person, don't use any double-hander. And if the person who gives you one doesn't have a personal connection with you, look for their hidden agenda. Unless you or the other person have a personal or emotional bond, only use a single-handed handshake. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.